Hey everybody, this is Crazy with Crazy Gaming, and today we're taking a first look at a new game that's not new. It's been around for a while, but it's only been in development. There was a demo on Steam for it called AstroColony. Now, we played this demo and it was a lot of fun, and we're glad to see that they finally released it. So today we're going to start this, which is going to be a playlist and a let's play game. So let's check it out and see how it goes. I'm curious to see how they've updated everything and how everything works now. Welcome, Colonizer. I'm a bot, and I have been programmed to guide you in learning. Follow my advice and start creating your own astro colony. The WSAD to move and space to jump. Jetpack is X. And control the height with space alt. So that means in X, if you go up and you stop, that's using the space key. Use the alt key, it brings you back down. When you need tips, check the guidebook. Open it using the mouse tab or hotkey G. So there is G. This is the guidebook. Now I took a spin in this before I started this first episode, because I kind of had to see how the mechanics were going to work and that we weren't going to have a bunch of problems. My current series, which is Osiris New Dawn, has got some bugs in it that has prevented us from progressing in the storyline. So I'm still doing episodes of that, but I'm kind of looking for something to fill the gaps until that game is updated, which should be in the next week or so, I hope. They said a week ago it was going to be a week or two, so hopefully we'll hear something new about that. So I'm not abandoning that, but I thought it would be fun to get a second playlist going or series going, and so this is going to be it. So, to expand your space station, you will need to collect some basic resources. Look around the station to find floating asteroids. You need to extract iron and copper. Okay, so what we got to do here is we'll hit X to put on our jetpack. We will fly up and we will use our pick. You can always bring the pick up at any time using the V key. So we got some carbon. That's not what he wants us to mine. He wants us to get some iron, which is going to come from this stone. Now, the longer you play, the more familiar you'll become with the color of the stones, so it'll be easy for you to figure out what's what. That's iron. This one is copper. And they look pretty much the same as they did in the demo. The ice ones are a light blue colored, kind of. Now, some of this ore is mixed together, so even though it's basically an ice chunk, you will find stones that will be mixed with other ores. Like you'll find iron mixed in with carbon and copper mixed in with carbon. Some of them will be mixed with gold and some will be mixed with ice. Okay, so what's he want us to do now? To expand your space station, you will need to collect some basic resources. Look around the station to find floating asteroids. You need iron and copper. Okay, so we don't have enough iron yet, so let's run out here and grab some iron. Now, this one is going to be mixed, I'm pretty sure, because it's darker and you see the dark spots on it, so it's going to have carbon in it. I'm fairly sure. Anyway, so let's find out. Iron, iron, iron. Now, when you look at these things, they usually tell you on the right side of your screen, just below the top, it will give you exactly what's in it. See, this has ice and carbon. That one has carbon and copper. And it looks like we have some floating planetoid type things right near us here. There's one there, there's one there, another one there, there's another one there, another one up there. Now, the crazy thing is that some of that stuff is going to be reachable without having to pull our ship all the way over there, but we'll wait until we get to that point and check it out. Now it's time to turn the materials into something more sophisticated. Open your inventory and enable the crafting recipes. You will see how new items are automatically crafted. So we'll hit I. We will go to the recipes icon, and this is what they're talking about. So we'll go ahead and activate both of those and let them craft the iron bars and the copper bars. As you can see, they're coming up right here. Now let's deal with the basic need of breathing. You may have noticed your oxygen level dropped slightly during the first task. The oxygen meter in the bottom left corner. Now if you look at the bottom left corner of my screen, you'll see the oxygen tank symbol. It says that it came down, but it doesn't look like it's come down much. It's come down maybe almost half. You can see it's darker on top and the shaded area towards the bottom. Let's go to the next. When the level reaches 0, your body will get injured and will result causing death. It is therefore extremely important to refill the oxygen as often as possible. Using ice inside an oxygenator is the quickest way to refill it. Build your first oxygenator. You will have to discover your first technology. Make sure you collect enough basic science points by extracting asteroids. When you have at least 2 points, go to the tech screen and unlock the first technology. So let's hit T and open it up. This is our tech screen. This is kind of a lighter gray than these others. That means that we have the points. And if you look, when I hover over it, it says we have 2 points, oxygen. We'll click that. Now what that's going to do is load up down on our bottom bar. Is if you look down on the bottom left, our action bar, it's F1 and 1. So if we hit the number 1, it shows that it just pops it right up for us. Now we need to find a place to put this. Thinking I want to rotate this so the power is towards the back, and I'm going to place this here. Okay, to make this work, we're going to need power. As you can see, the power symbol is white on top and the water symbol is white on top. That means that they're not connected to anything. We could actually make a second if we wanted, but we're not going to do that. So I'm going to hit Q to escape the build menu. Where did our little buddy go? There he is. Now you can use your new device to refill the oxygen you breathe. It requires ice, and luckily there are many asteroids floating around. Okay, so we have some ice in us. Now this is the one machine that you can actually use to your benefit without ever connecting it to power. So I'm going to hit E to open up the menu. I'm going to hit this little box, which is going to open up my inventory. I'm going to drag that ice over here and drop it in there. And now I can use the ice to refill my oxygen. You can also use the key F if you're standing close enough, and it will also work the same way. That way you don't have to open up the menu each time. Now you can use your new device to refill the oxygen you breathe. It requires ice. Luckily there are asteroids floating around. We hit filter. I'm going to come up here and hit F. It's all the way full. So I don't know what it wants. It's not showing that ooh, there's some gold. Let's go get that. And hit V. The gold's going to come in handy in a little while. It's not as precious as it sounds, but we will need it for some recipes down the road. So we'll just grab some real quick. Means that it's right here. All right. Put on over. Get some ice. Maybe that's what it's waiting on us to do. Hurry up, the device. Hurry up, open the device with E and refill the oxygen tank. So that's kind of weird. We've done this already, and yet it's telling us to do it anyway. So we'll do it just to make him happy. Okay, electricity is At the heart of many devices, they work as long as there is enough electricity for them in the network. Cannot produce or consume. They signalize problems with the symbol, the lightning bolt, that's white, the electric symbol. This one has the white one because there's no power to it. Let's build a carbon reactor. It is the simplest device that uses carbon for electricity production. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I look down on my bar. I'm going to hit the number 2 key. And it's not going to bring it up for me because we don't have the required materials. We need this, so that means we have the required materials, but do we have the export? Requires 3, we have 11, so we'll go ahead and activate that. Now, even though it's not telling you to do that, you have to do that so that you can unlock it. We're going to rotate this thing around, and actually I'm going to place this all the way on the opposite side. Rotate, rotate. And let's move it down here. We're going to line these up. I'm going to end up building about 5 or 6 of these right along here, which will help solve our energy problems for a while. To activate the carbon reactor, modify E and put inside carbon through the deposit items menu. Okay, so this thing is running. Now we have power. Provide electricity to your devices. You need electric cables made out of copper wire. You can handcraft them directly in your inventory. Let's go to our inventory. Open up our recipes, and as you can see, we can handcraft iron wire, and we can handcraft copper wire. You can also handcraft iron plate. So let's go ahead, and we're going to have to activate those in our tech tree. Handcrafting wire. Don't want to get ahead of the want to get too far ahead of things. Okay, let's go ahead and open that up and let it make some wire. Okay, I'm going to put him to sleep, and I'm going to head to see if I can reach this closest piece of dirt here. Now, as you can see, I'm approaching. I see now that there is ore on this one. They all should have ore, I think. With V, and we're going to come up here, and as you can see, it tells me in the right, there's 38 pieces of coal in this node. Just this one that I'm hammering right now. Each one of these stone nodes or ore nodes coal will have its own number or an amount. I'm going to go ahead and mine these right now. And what I'm going to do is hit X to turn off my jetpack, because as it's on, it actually eats the oxygen faster than when you turn it on. So I've turned it off, and I'm going to stay here and mine some of this. And as soon as I get enough of it mined out, we'll be back. So I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, we're back, and I have mined out all that carbon. And if you look up in the top left of my screen, under the first ore, that's the carbon, and I mined 582 pieces of ore from there. Another thing I wanted to show you while we're up here is that you can terraform in this game, probably the easiest in any game I've seen. And I'll give you an example. I want to refill this hole So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can make this flat, and it's so simple it's not even fun. So first I'm going to right click my mouse, or left click my, or right click my mouse. That fills the hole back in. As you can see, it does it quite nicely. Now I'm out of material, so I'm going to come over here and I'm going to center my mouse right on that plus sign. When I click it, it's going to dig a spot for me. Now if I do the next one, it'll do the same thing. If I can get in there, there we go. Oop, that's not where I wanted to dig. That was where I wanted to dig. I'm going to come back over here. I've got material now, and I'm going to right in the bottom of that. Come on. There we go. And as you can see, this is all flat here, and you can't even tell. And the place that I've been digging is fairly flat as well. These grids are a guide for you. As long as you're hitting that those top peaks, it will not put an indentation in the ground. It will actually make it flat at the bottom. As you can see, it's staying flat. So yeah, this game is the terraforming in this game is probably one of the simplest I've seen. It makes it so easy, it's just ridiculous almost. And I can work my way all the way across, back and forth here. Now it does put the material in your inventory. Sometimes it's a little hard to get the right angle. But as you'll see when I turn around and we look at this thing from where I started, you'll see that I have made a... Because the point of it is we're going to become colonists on one of these asteroids or planets or wherever we end up. And we're going to want to have to terraform because nothing is perfectly flat. No matter where you go now, look. The whole thing is flat. Now I want to get rid of this material in my bag. I'm going to hit X. I'm going to come around here. I'm going to go down. And I'm going to come up here and I'm just going to see if I can find a point where it'll let me fill it. This is just to ditch the stuff in my bag that I have. You get the message, though. It is a little picky sometimes, and I don't know why that is. I'm getting that orange warning, so it's not going to let me add material where it's orange. And that could be because there's ore there. I'm not sure. I've got plenty of the carbon, so I'm not going to really thread it. Mining the asteroids floating in space, or these little meteors, I mean, are really simple and easy, so I can really mine the stuff out in space just almost as fast as I can come into one of these meteorites and mining. Let's see how much we have left in our inventory now. We're down to 22, so it's like, you know, you can get rid of it. You know, another thing you can do is you can build something and stick it inside the inventory of it and then delete it, and it will get rid of the material as well. Come on. Are we out? Nope. Anyway, so yeah, that was I thought I'd show you guys that in case you didn't know about it. Kind of nice. I can dump it on top too if I want. Doesn't matter, we're not going to be doing anything on this anyway. A little wall up around the outside, I guess. So we can get rid of that out of our bag. Not enough dirt. So we dished all the material out of our bags, and so now we will head back. Another trick I wanted to show you is if I take the X off and I am no longer using the jetpack, I can make it back to my base because it's lower than this planetoid is. And I'm going to run, and then I'm going to hit the space bar every little bit. And as you can see, I'm floating back, and I'm not using oxygen because I'm not using my jetpack. Let's come over here, hit F. Refill the oxygen, and there you have it. So now I can come over to this, open it up, and split this by hitting shift and left click, split, shift left click, split, shift left click, split, and this affords us to spread that out a little more. And then I can have over 100 in this one, and I don't have to worry about it. Now, if I hit my number 2, I'm going to make another one of these because, like I said, I'm going to make multiple. Because I don't want to worry about power. Now, of course, the more you have, the more you have to fill these things. And so I'm going to get a couple of them going for now. And then I will add the coal in them like so, as I need them. So I'm not going to fill them all. I'm going to start with 3 because that's all we'll need right now. But eventually we'll need more than that. And so there you have it. Now that I've done that, I just wanted to tell you that now that that little asteroid is mined out, that one's going to have ore, that one's going to have ore, this one's going to have ore, and this one's going to have ore. There are others like far off, like there's one over there, and there's some more down here. If I hit my map key, you can get a better idea of all of these little planetoids that are here. Now, it's not showing these very, very small ones like that dirt one as such, but these asteroids that are floating around close to us here have ore on them. Now, I don't know if it's luck of the draw, but it's a seed that I typed in myself into the seed slot that brought me to this place. I did it the first time. I did a little bit of playing on this game. I ran the game for about an hour just so I could see how I was going to like it. And I used that seed and I used it again, and it brought me right back to the same spot. So if you want to know what this seed is, I have seen videos of other guys that have done randoms and whatever, and these things, a lot of them are empty. There's no ore on them. So if you want this seed that I have, that's fine. Just do me a favor and subscribe, hit the like button, comment in the comments, and then DM me and I will send you what the key is so you can have it as well, because it's really good. This is a really huge thing when you're starting out in the game, to have access to all this ore without having to spend hours in space mining individual meteors. Anyways, that being said, let me know what you think in the comments. I really appreciate it. Let's try and get a couple more items done before we call it an episode today. So I'm going to hit E to wake him up. We can see where he wants us, what he wants us to do. Looks like he doesn't have anything signed for us right now. All right, so what do we have in our inventory? We have 10 iron bars, we got a ton of coal, a little bit of copper, a bunch of copper wire, and some ice. Let's go put the ice over here. As you can see, I grabbed a couple of these. Now I had to make trips back and forth to my space station as my oxygen emptied out. I think I made 2 trips in all that mining that I did there. And I'm curious to see what our tech points are now, because that was a lot of mining that I did. So we have 64 now from doing all that mining. All right, so he's awake and he's not telling us anything. So I'm going to go to the tech tree. Asteroid catching is going to help us because it will give us a machine that we can use to catch the asteroid. Asteroid catcher is an efficient way to attract and process asteroids. Okay. Let's hit tab. Okay, so it did it for us. It's on our action bar and it's in the number 5 slot. So I want to add a couple of these. And I'm going to add them on this side. I'm going to rotate them so that the hit X. I'm going to rotate them so that the power bar is in the back. I'm going to try and squeeze this all the way over in the corner right here, if I can. Use the cannon to aim them, and we make a second one. Yes, we can. Now, both of these have doors that enter in this exit in the same place, but I'm going to do this because I can drop a... When I get them and I'm able to belt, I can drop one belt here pointing in this direction, and it will feed both these machines in the same direction because they're gonna both. I'm gonna want both of them going to the same spot. I got to get this guy away from the spot that I'm doing, so I'm gonna move over here and hopefully he'll follow us. Okay, so let's put him to sleep so he stops moving around and getting in our way. And so I'm gonna do the same thing on this one exactly. What are we short on? We're short on iron. I want to get 3 of them going, so we're going to go ahead and mine some iron. I'm going to hit B, open that up, and go and find me some iron. There's some right there. I keep hitting the shift by accident because of all the other games I have. They make me go faster. There's a little bit more iron here. Grab some here. Okay, so we have enough. Let's go up. Actually, I want this one. The lighter gray they are, the more iron they usually have in them. That is 6 iron and nothing else. So let's mix in this one. These are always nice. Okay, let's go up here. I'm going to hit 5. And we're going to put this one just like this. Boom. So we have 3 of them right here. Let's go ahead and power them up. And to do that, I'm going to take and need to build some wire, which hence the reason for all the... I need to get it from here. Hence the reason for all the copper wire spools we did. All right, so I'm going to hit power, which is going to be in the number 3 slot. Let's get this thing lined up. And we're going to run this just like this. Connect these 3 that we have going. And then I'm going to go down here. And I'm going to run the wire underneath the floor. Just like this. I'm going to run it all the way across to over here. Just like that. And then we're going to connect to this guy. Come on. Sometimes it's kind of hard. Oh, that didn't go right. Let's go ahead and hit Q. I'm going to left click to highlight it. And then I'm going to hit delete. Okay, so I'm going to control right click. And then hit delete. It's not going to let me do this. What the heck? I don't know why it's giving me a bad time about deleting this. Doesn't matter. I'll just deal with it later. For some reason, it's not allowing me to do that. And we're hooked up. We're going to run this cable along here. Just like this. Oops, we ran out of cable. Well, that's not good. I still don't get why we can't delete this. I know what it is. We do not have the ability yet. I'm going to hit T. We can't do that until we do the construction. Now we should be able to delete that. There we go. And that fixes that problem there. But it doesn't give us, I don't think it's still going to give us enough to reach this other. Nope. Thought we're closer. We just need a little more copper. What we're going to do to get this guy off our back is we're going to enter the cannon and we're going to go ahead and see what we can snap. Now you can do 180 degrees here, but not 360. So there's stuff to the right of me I can't reach. I can reach the copper. We'll bring that in. It's going to swallow to the inside. And then we can grab one more. I think that one's going to be too far. Nope. Once I've got that, I can come over here, get into this next one, and do the same. Get some more ice going and maybe some metal. It's got metal and copper. Got 7 iron, that's real nice. We can get it. Just can't reach it yet. Okay, so we want some copper. I'm going to hit V. Recycling, it uses a recycling machine to collect resources back. Okay, so we need, like I said, we need some copper. Let's see what's going on here. It looks like this guy's done. Now I'm just going to mouse over these, hold down my control button and left click, and it takes them all at once. That way I don't have to mess with it. I can take the copper I get and bring it over here. That one's got 117, so I'm not too worried about it, but I'll drop it in this one. Actually, we'll just put some more in here. Not like they're using a lot. So that should last us a while. All right, so that being said, let's see if we have any wire yet. More copper real quick. Then we'll go back and set that machine again to grab some more asteroids. Now what we really want is to be able to make the auto ones. There's some that are auto. The next level up are going to be auto, and they automatically just grab and drag asteroids. That's when we'll set up storage for them so that they can build up our inventory, which helps us build the machines we need as they come along. This guy is going to bug me about the recycling thing until I do it. I'm just trying to catch a little copper so we can connect the other machine up. But the recycling machine is good in that when you delete something, it gives you the opportunity to throw it in the recycler and regain about 80% of what it costs to build, which is better than nothing. All right, so let's go to 3. First thing we're going to want to do is fix this issue right here. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to hold the left key down and I'm going to come back like this. Then I'm going to hit delete. And that fixes that problem. I'm going to come up here to 3. And we're going to extend this over like that. And then we're going to go ahead and connect. So now all the machines are connected. Everything's running under the floor of our little space station. And as you can see, it's not a problem. Nothing's in the way. It's all underground, so it makes it nice. All right, so let's go ahead and do these again. Some more copper. Grab another iron. And we'll jump out of this one. We'll move to the next one. We'll do the same thing. We'll grab that one. We'll grab some more ice. And we'll come to this one. And we'll grab that coal. And we'll grab some more ice. Hit escape to get out. Or Q, I mean. Q is the way to get out of these machines. It's the easiest way. And so those guys will be doing that, which will afford us to do some mining of our own. I know my oxygen is low and I will be dealing with that shortly. It wants me to do the recycling machine, but I need the materials. I need more materials than I have to do that. And I believe we're also going to need to unlock it on the tech tree. Maybe not. Yes, recycling. Okay, so now that's going to be in the F4 spot, I believe. Nope, that's not it. It's going to be in the F2, number 7 spot. And it looks like we're short on copper bars. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Q to get out of that. And then I'm going to hit inventory, come over here, and I have to stop it from making copper wire because that's why it's eating up all the copper bars. That way we can build up some bars. There's some gold. We'll be grabbing those. They look green, but that's because they're mixed with water, I think. Water or carbon. Where'd it go? There it is. This one is mixed with carbon. But all this gold we're collecting right now will come in handy at a later date. Trust me. I'll run up and grab that one. It's actually has 4 gold and 7 iron. That's real nice. Now we're earning basic science points as we harvest these, as you do with any mining that you do. So don't be shy to get out there and do some mining. It will help you advance. I'm doing a lot of these iron ones because believe me, we're going to go through iron like crazy. Alright, my oxygen bottle's going nuts. I need to go fill up. F. Let's add some more ice in here. Oh, we don't have any. Alright. So, get this thing back to going. Get us some metal, copper. We'll get some coal, more metal. Get some ice, more coal. Those 3 are being handled. Now, let's see if we can make that. Oh, is it gold bars? When I right click on that symbol, it brings this up and it'll let me examine it. Yeah, so it's gold bars that it wants. And so I can't do that until I have smelting, so we'll go ahead and unlock that. We have almost 100 science points, so that's not going to be an issue. And so now we need to go back to F1, I believe, for the smelter. F2? There's an easy way to do this as well. Hold down the tab. Okay, so K brings this up. I was trying to remember, sorry about that. So K brings this up, and so I can go under device, and it'll show me everything. Here's the smelter. I have plenty of iron bars, so I can make it. We just have to decide where we want to put the smelter. And I think I'm going to put the smelter for now. I'm going to rotate it. Because I want the power in the back. I'm going to set it midway down on this right here. And the reason I'm doing that I'm lining it up on this center gray line, as you can see, is because it gives me ample space on both sides for ins and outs. And now I can hit the number 3 button, go down, connect my power behind this numbskull. Jeez, I hate when he does that. He's blocking my view. There we go. Now it is connected to power. And it seems like he's doing okay. Now I can craft gold bars in here. I'll go to the recipe. And I will go ahead and load the gold that I have over there. By holding control and left clicking, that just puts it all in there. And I can do the same with these, only I'm making them in my bag myself, and so I'm not going to do that for that right now. But we need 3 of these. And 2 of these each will make a gold bar. Boom. Bring those back. And now we can make the recycle. I'm going to go to F2 and then hit number 7. And there's the recycle. And I want him kind of out of the way, so I wish I could get him squeezed in here. That would be real good. Rotate, rotate. Can we squeeze him in here between these 2? Yes, we can. We will never use the intake on that, so that'll be all good. All right, and so now all I have to do is hit F1, 3, and we're connected to power. That's real nice. Okay, so you can get a look at what this is about. I'm going to hit number E. Oops. Go down here, hit E. I can hit this recycle button, which is going to open a window to the right, and anything in my inventory that's recyclable will show up here. I can hit transfer all, it will move it in here, and it will automatically recycle all the stuff here and put the output of whatever it recycles right there. So it's real nice, and it works really well. What's this guy saying now? Use a recycling machine to collect resources back. Remember that, okay, so I've got to do something to get him to allow me to recycle, so let's see what we can make currently on our bar. Number 1. What is this? This is oxygen generator. We actually need to make this. And I'd like to have it right here next to this. So we'll just go ahead and stick it over here. Oh, we have the one that's to the right. I'm sorry. I was thinking this is the other machine. So I'm just going to stick this right here. Then I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to hit Q, and then I'm going to highlight this, and then I'm going to delete it. Now I'm going to come over here to the recycler, and I'm going to hit E, recycle, and as you can see, there's the machine. I can transfer all, and now it's going to start recycling that stuff. We should complete that thing for me with him, yes, and so he'll stop. Bravo, you've learned a lot here. Now progress in colony development. Now he's going to leave me alone. Now if I can get him, if I could only get him to move. Come on. I know how we can get him to move. Go to T. Now I don't activate the booster because it consumes a heck of a lot of oxygen whenever you use it. And out of habit, I always hit the shift key to go faster or speed, so it's kind of an afterthought thing for me, and I know I would burn through the oxygen real quick. It's not really necessary. I haven't found a use for it yet that it makes it that necessary, so I'm not gonna actually activate this, but I do want to activate handcrafting plate, and I want to do the water. We'll do the water first. That guy. So now I'm going to move over here. There we go. I want him to stop. Hit F. Put him to sleep right in the middle there, so he's out of my way. So if I look to the left of on the left side towards the upper of my screen, that's my quest to construct the ice break. So I'm going to hit Q, hit K, open this up so I can locate it. Actually, I don't have to do that. It's on my bar on F7. I mean, in number 8 spot. Now I'm going to bring, this is what I was thinking of that I need. Okay, so I'm going to bring this over here. I'm going to rotate it around. And I am going to leave a space so that I can belt stuff into there when I need. I'm going to use the number 3, and I am going to make some cable so that I can connect this up. Looks like I don't have enough. Looks like we need some more copper. Okay, so let's get some more ice. And let's get some more copper. Looks like it's copper's the big one on the menu today. Okay, how come he is back awake? Oh, because we built a store water in water storage, which is number 6, if I'm not mistaken, and we're going to do that right here. And we can push it right up against it and build it, and it automatically makes a little pipe to connect into the box. So that's what we're going to do here. And then now we need to add ice, which I don't think we have any. We don't, but I'm pretty sure we have some in here. And we're going to go ahead and hit Control, left click to move all that stuff into our inventory. Open our inventory up. We're making iron rod or iron bars. I'm sorry, copper bars instead of the wire because we shut that off. But I want to make some wire. I'm going to turn it back on for a minute. It makes 3 in a pop. So if we let it make 2, it should be enough. I just don't want to use all my copper bars because I need them for construction stuff. We'll let one more roll. And we'll call it good. Now we should be able to make the rest of the wiring for this. First, put all the ice in here that we've collected. And then let's go ahead and hit 3. And there we have it. And now we are making water. We want to get this to be able to do this. And it is still locked. Because once we can do the oxygen into the oxygen tank, we have to have that before we can build what's going to be basically an oxygen dome that will cover this whole thing and allow us to breathe without having to keep refreshing our oxygen. Gotta move the end. What do you know? So let's get some more of these going. Kind of a pain in the butt to keep doing this, but it is what it is until we can get the I mean, it's not that big of a deal. So what will happen is this thing will start storing oxygen in oxygen tanks, which means this will deplete so much slower. It takes a long time. So let's get this one going by putting some more ice in there. And it should be filling the tank, and it is. Okay. What's next? Look at our tech tree. Handcrafted plate. We'll do that. And water transportation, now that we've built the water tanks. And let's go ahead and unlock logistics as well, because we want to be able to build stuff and transfer fuels, because we will eventually need those. Now let's see what we got out of our recycle. We got 2 whole iron bars out of that. That's just crazy. Anyways, that being said, I could have swore that this thing had a intake for water. And I think that's it right there. What I'm going to want to do is I'm going to hit 7, and we need the bars. Okay, so I'm going to hit inventory. I'm going to come over here, and we're going to make us some wire hand, which is the metal. We'll let that spin while we do this real quick. Thought we used to be able to do it off the top. Maybe not, but I'm going to run this around the outside of this. I want to run it so that it is below the tower. Come on, baby. There we go. Ouch. Oh, we're out of oxygen. Hello. Like we need some more iron bars. Thinking we can make this now. Yep. Okay, so now I don't know, but I think... Nope. That is locked. We got 135 stored, and it's 100% efficiency. And so that's going to unlock later on. Alright, so now that we've got that done, grab some more ice real quick. Now that we've got that done, I want to make another trip off the planet, or off the base, out to one of these little asteroids, so I can show you what else is out there. Let's go oxygen up real quick. Actually, how far are we from... oxygen barrier? This is what I want, really. So I'm going to go ahead and do these and hit my oxygen barrier. And then see if we can't make the oxygen barrier. So let's go to F2. And that's going to be in the 5 spot. Why that is not unlocked is beyond me. There it is right there. We need 2 gold bars for that. So let's go over here. Boom, we have the gold bars. We want 2. And let's see if we can't build that thing now. And there it is. It's in the number 3 spot. And I'm going to place that right next to the flag here in the Z middle. That's going right down the middle. Okay, so now we have an oxygen barrier, which means we don't have to worry about filling our oxygen when we're in this bubble, and automatically keep our oxygen levels up. See how our carbon is doing over here. Still looking pretty good. Yeah. And we don't have any need for the other ones yet. Okay, so areas only operate if you store oxygen tanks in an oxygen generator. Now it's on. Okay, so that's what that is doing. Let's fill our oxygen up real quick. And as long as we remain here, it will not go down. Only problem is we are leaving from here right now. because next I am going to take you to this rock over here. As you can see, this is an iron deposit. We can't yet scan, or I could scan it and tell you exactly how much is here. But I know we're going to mine it. So, this planetoid here is carbon, and I believe that planetoid there is copper. So we have all three, or all four of the big ones. Carbon, we have another carbon here, iron and copper, and then there is another one that is above me here, right there, and that one has titanium, copper, and iron, I believe. So I have all these materials right here next to me, and I don't have to travel anywhere to get them. I can actually fly from my... I gotta turn my jetpack off. I can fly from my little space station right there, right across to these and mine them by hand. I can unlock the miner for these. Now, here's a little thing. I've used the miner. I used the miner on these yesterday when I jumped on this to check it out. And this is actually the first place I came to and I found these. And I unlocked the miner and stuck the miner on here, and he mined probably for the last 30 minutes of the time that I was on. When I came back right before I got off to check it, he had mined a total of 35 iron, or 35, yeah, iron, and had went through most of these nodes. And so I don't know if that's a glitch or if something's going on with that. I'm not positive, but I would suggest avoiding using the miner on these ones. Now, I'm not saying when you get to the big ones, when you start traveling to the bigger ones, but I'm saying on this one, for me at least, I'm not choosing to use those. I'm going to mine these all by hand because the miner is, for some reason, is not giving me the same results as if I mine them by hand. I'm getting a ton more ore mining them by hand than the miner, the automated miner does. They're really easy to use though. You can set them up, and all you have to do is put down a carbon reactor like the ones we have on our base there. You set one up next to it, fill it with some carbon, connect the power to the miner, and he will mine all day long. Now, you can only mine in a certain space, and so I don't know why that is, why that's set up that way. He can move back and forth on whatever plane he's on, but he can't turn and he can't reach to the right or left of where his, he can't get behind him or to the right of him or to the left of him without turning the machine. The drill does slide on a pendulum arm type thing, and so it can slide from right to left, but it has limitations. And what I'm telling you is a lot of times you would need to actually move that mining unit to the right or left, and you can't do that. You have to completely disassemble them and then delete them and then build a new one anytime you want to move it. Maybe in the future they'll change that. I don't know, but for now it is what it is. So with that said, we'll go ahead and leave this episode here while I'm mining. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned a couple things. Hope I was able to help with any questions you might have had. This is the starting spot. Like I said, if you subscribe and make a comment and DM me, I will definitely give you the seed that I'm using here that frees me up to have all this ore around my little base there. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have a comment, question, suggestion, or even a criticism, go ahead and leave them in the comments. We love to get comments, and I respond to everybody. And I don't take anything personally. I don't have any feelers when it comes to that kind of stuff. If something you see I'm doing is wrong, or if you think I'm doing something that's making the video unfun, don't hesitate to leave that information in the comments. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. This is Crazy with Crazy Gaming. Remember, subscribe, like, hit the bell for notification. You know when we drop the next video, and we'll see you in the next one. This is Crazy saying bye for now.